The basement wasn't large, but it felt endless. A single bulb flickered overhead, casting uneven light across concrete walls that had absorbed years of damp and neglect. The smell was a mix of mild oil and something coppery that clung to the back of the throat. Shelving units lined one side, stacked with plastic bins labeled in neat handwriting dates, initials, dollar amounts. Detective Maria Klein stepped inside slowly, her instinct screaming. This wasn't a panic room. It wasn't storage. It was a ledger, built in concrete. On a folding table sat a laptop, its power cable snaking into a wall outlet that shouldn't have existed. Beside it, a stack of manila folders. Each folder bore a name. Some had photographs clipped to the front, casual snapshots from social media, candid angles taken from across streets or through CAF windows. Ethan Caldwell's name was there too. Jonas Reed swallowed hard. This isn't just about him, he said quietly. They catalogued everything before touching it. Forensics photographed the bins, the files, the faint shoe prints leading to a drain in the corner. Inside the bins were cash bundles wrapped in bank straps, foreign currency mixed in with USD bills. There were dozens of burner phones, each tagged with a date range. A wall-mounted corkboard displayed a web of string and notes connecting names, companies, and account numbers. At the center of it all was a blue and white charity logo pinned like a badge of honor. The charity was called Clear Horizon, a well-known non-profit, clean reputation, goal of fundraisers, corporate sponsors. Its mission focused on international relief and transparency in financial aid, the kind of organization people trusted without thinking twice. Klein felt the case crack open. They pulled the laptop. It was password protected, but sloppy. A birth date cracked it within minutes. Inside were spreadsheets, transfers, shell companies, offshore accounts. The amounts made Klein's chest tighten. Ethan hadn't just stumbled onto irregularities at work. He'd been tracking a laundering operation masquerading as philanthropy, and he'd been doing it alone. The question wasn't why Ethan was killed anymore. It was why he hadn't been killed sooner. By morning, a court order locked down Clear Horizon's name. The department moved quietly, aware that leaks could send someone running. Klein and Reed sat with the Financial Crimes Unit, piecing together the scheme. Donations flowed in clean, routed through legitimate banks, then siphoned off through consulting FEs and overseas logistics partners. Millions disappeared, reappeared, then vanished again. Ethan's role came into focus. He'd been asked to help clean up numbers. Instead, he followed them. He built the basement room as a failsafe, copying data nightly, pulling cash when he realized accounts could be frozen at any moment. He was scared but methodical. Too methodical for someone without help. They re-examined the people closest to him. His manager, board members of the charity, a consultant named Victor Hale, who appeared repeatedly in the spreadsheets. Hale's name came with a distinctive note in Ethan's files. Do not confront. Hale was charismatic, public-facing, a regular on panels about ethical finance. His SUV matched the description from the quarry witness. European make, personalized plate, and on his public profile photo barely noticeable unless you were looking for it, a Clear Horizon sticker on the rear window. Klein requested surveillance. Reed pushed for an arrest. The DAR hesitated. Circumstantial, she said. We need him tied to Ethan physically. The tie arrived sooner than anyone expected. The forensic lab called late that afternoon. Skin cells from under Ethan's fingernails had produced a partial profile. Not enough for a national database hit yet. But fibers found in Ethan's jacket seam matched the carpeting used in luxury SUVs of Hale's model and year. The pressure mounted again, this time inside the department. Someone leaked the charity angle. Headlines shifted from mysterious death to non-profit nightmare. Clear Horizon issued a statement denying wrongdoing, calling the basement an unauthorized personal project by a troubled employee. Then a second body was found, not hidden, left in plain sight. A woman in her 40s, discovered in her car in a parking garage downtown. No signs of robbery, no struggle visible at first glance. Her name was Angela Ruiz, Clear Horizon's internal auditor. She'd been scheduled to meet with federal investigators the next morning. The method mirrored Ethan's. Manual strangulation. Careful, personal, and tucked into her glove compartment, a folded piece of paper with a single printed line. You're too late. The city felt smaller after that, quieter, like everyone was holding their breath. Klein barely slept. She replayed interviews in her head, the way Hale smiled on camera, the way Ethan's ex-wife had said he was fixing something. Fixing implied hope, a belief that this could end cleanly. They brought Hale in for questioning under the pretense of routine inquiries. He arrived in a tailored suit, calm, cooperative, mildly offended. I run a charity, he said, spreading his hands. I don't run murders. He had an alibi for the night Ethan died. A fundraiser. Dozens of witnesses. Photos. Timestamps. But alibis have holes if you know where to look. The fundraiser ended at 11:30 p.m. Hale's phone went dark at midnight. It reappeared at 3:01 a.m., miles away. When confronted with the basement, Hale frowned. I've never been there. Klein slid a photo across the table. The sticker, the fibers, the boot print size. Hale's smile thinned just a fraction. People want villains, he said softly. They want simple stories. Outside the room, Reed received a call. The lab had a hit not from the national database, but a private genealogy database. A distant relative. The trail led back to a shell company that paid Hale a consulting fee. The same company had leased the SUV. They were close enough to scare someone. That night, Klein's phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. A photo attachment loaded slowly, pixel by pixel. It was her apartment door, shot from the hallway, taken minutes earlier. Below it, a message appeared. Stop digging. Klein didn't stop. She called it in, moved locations, pushed the dial harder. Warrants were drafted. Teams assembled. Hale's arrest was scheduled for dawn. They never got the chance. At 4:12 a.m., a fire alarm blared at Clear Horizons headquarters. By the time firefighters contained it, the third floor was gutted. Service destroyed. Paper records turned to ash. The official cause would later read electrical fault. In the rubble, investigators found a single intact object, a steel safe, warped but unopened. Inside was a flash drive, and on it, a video Ethan had recorded days before his death. He looked exhausted, determined, and terrified. If you're watching this, Ethan said into the camera, they know I'm close, and if I don't make it, the video cut off. If you think the danger peaked here, think again. Like, comment, and subscribe, because in the next chapter, the truth finally surfaces, and it's more twisted than anyone imagined.